Welcome to a day in the life of Riverside Christian Academy. We're going to be sneaking in and checking out some of our classrooms, but it's almost time for chapel, so let's go.
Get right, church, and let's go home. I'm going home on morning train. I'm going home on morning train. I'm going home, you know that I'm going home. Oh yeah, I'm going home on morning train.
Has anyone ever heard the saying, time flies when you're having fun? And doesn't it seem like that when you're having fun, time just seems to go by really, really fast? It's crazy how that happens, isn't it? Time flies when you're having fun. But the thing about time is that God created time. And God is in control of time. In fact, Ecclesiastes, can everybody say the book of Ecclesiastes? Can you say Ecclesiastes? Ecclesiastes. Good job. Ecclesiastes says that God has given a season for everything and a time for every purpose under heaven. And he says there's a time to be born and a time to die and so on. And that God has made everything beautiful in its own time. And my great-great-grandfather was a soldier in the Civil War. And I have this gold watch from him. You know, there's certain things that we have to do with this watch, and I think that there's some spiritual truths about a pocket watch. The first one is that for a pocket watch to work, what do you have to do? You have to wind it. And the thing about our lives with God is God also wants us to be wound up. That He wants us to wind up ourselves through studying the Bible. And we're not going to work properly if we're not praying, if we're not studying the Bible, if we're not going to church, if we're not loving one another. And so just like the pocket watch, we have to do something. I have to wind myself up to work properly for God and do what He wants me to do. You know what else the pocket watch tells me? Is that time is very, very precious. One of the cool and new things at Riverside Christian Academy is we now have 2-year-olds. And so let's check in with Miss Shaylee and see what the 2-year-olds are doing right now.
And your face will surely show it if you're happy and you know it. 2 or 3. Woohoo! Go! You did good, Charlie. Good job, Rory. Go again.
All right, I am sitting with Miss Stillman, who is a Riverside treasure. And so we are here today to see what happens in preschool. And so tell us a little bit about what happens in preschool and in pre-K.
Well, they are learning so much. And I've just developed a philosophy over the years that they can learn their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s anywhere. Bible is the most important thing I teach every day. And these guys can learn so much. I really, when I first started doing this and I saw the curriculum and they had the kids doing the Bible verses, I thought, no way that these kids can learn that much. Especially Bible verses like John 3:16. But they can learn them, and even if when they're older, they don't recall where they find them, those verses are there. And the fear not for I am with you, that's there when they're scared. And I've had kids come back later and say, I really could remember that when I was in a dark place, even as big kids, as 16, 17-year-olds. And they remember putting these words in their heart when they were at this age. So that's my favorite thing.
Well, the scriptures say that we're to hide His word in our heart so that we may not sin against Him. And so it's wonderful to see the scriptures being instilled into their hearts at such an early age.
Oh God. John 18:30.
Good. Psalm 18:30. Every
Good and forgiveness from above. James 1:17.
Good job.
My God shall supply all your needs. Philippians 4:19.
Good job. All
Things were made by him. John 3:6. John 1:3.
good. John 1:3. That's right. Bless.
Bless all the that hear the word of God and keep it. Luke 11:28.
Good job.
Fear not, for I am with you. Isaiah 43:5.
You're doing so good.
Blessed
Oh,
every day.
oh.
Give thanks unto the Lord, for He is good. Psalm 118:1.
Good. 118:1. This is one for us to
118:1.
remember this week, isn't it? As we go into Thanksgiving. In
In the beginning, God created heavens and earth. Genesis 1:1.
awesome. The
Though it is my shepherd, I shall not want. Psalm 23:1.
good job,
I
Lewis.
said 23:1 too.
I know.
I
I'm
said
so proud of you.
23:4.
I
Yeah, and wonderfully made. Psalm
39.
1:4.
You want to try that one again? I
Fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm
139.
14.
Good job. All right, this one's kind of new. Y'all remember it? Love.
Love one another. 1 John 3:23.
Good. All right, here's our verse for this week. Even
When the wind and the sea obey him.
Matthew.
8:27.
Let's do the longest one. Y'all are so good.
For God so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. John 3:16.
Oh, I am so proud of you guys. You did so good. Yay!
I'm standing in front of the kindergarten class. Let's go in and check out what's going on. Hey, Miss Alford.
Hello, Dr. Laws.
How are you today?
I'm good.
So how long have you been at Riverside?
This is my 7th year at Riverside.
7th year. And then tell us a little bit about your education.
Well, I grew up in a school a lot like Riverside in Chattanooga, private Christian school, and then I went on to Harding and I majored in elementary education, and then I went to Lipscomb for my master's.
Awesome. Well, we're so happy to have you, and you do such a good job with our kindergarten class, and we're so proud of you guys.
Friday, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. All right, and what's next? How many months are there in a year? 12. And what month are we in? November. Stand up. Ready? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Then turn around. One more time. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Then you turn around. Sit down.
All right, I am in 2nd grade with Miss Kara Sane. And so I just wanted to introduce everybody to Miss Kara because everybody really knows Miss Kara. But Miss Kara, you were here first.
I was the first teacher hired in 2001. And that's a long time ago now.
And so, Miss Kara, you're also our elementary principal.
Yes, sir.
And so, and you've been doing that for how long?
Well, that job evolved. It went from department head to assistant principal to principal, so probably 15 years off.
15. Well, we want to see what you are doing today.
All right.
Can we listen in?
Sure, we're in the Old Testament today. You're going to see a Bible lesson.
Awesome.
In the book of Judges. Y'all ready? All right. So after the fleece, the second night, early the next morning, the Lord spoke to Gideon. He said, I want to hand Midian over to you, but you have too many men for me to do that. What does that mean? Don't you think more men would be better? I know sometimes God's math is a little different than our math, so let's see. He said, you have too many men. And God said, I don't want the people to brag if they win the battle. I want them to know that I saved them. Then Gideon worshiped God. He returned to the camp of Israel and called out, everybody get up. The Lord has handed the Midianites over to us this very day. Blow your trumpets. Let me see you get your trumpets ready. Get them ready. Okay. And then you will blow your trumpets from your positions and all around the camp and shout the battle cry for the Lord and for Gideon. Okay, blow your trumpets now. Say, for the Lord and for Gideon.
For the Lord and Gideon.
Okay, I am with the third grade class, and I'm so happy to be with this class. This is one of my favorites, and I am with Miss Bevels. And what are we going to learn about today, Miss Bevels?
We are going to learn about goldfish facts because third grade's class pet is the goldfish.
All right, I can't wait.
All right. Goldfish do not have stomachs. That's why we have to feed them easily digestible food multiple times per day. Goldfish have been known to live for over
40 years.
40 years. So these fish could be at Riverside a long time. The collective noun for goldfish is a troubling. Maybe sometimes they get into trouble. Goldfish have a memory span of at least 3 months. So as the students come in, these goldfish actually recognize their classmates, and they know that they belong to third grade. And goldfish cannot blink because they do not have eyelids. So we have to first turn our classroom lights on in the morning before we turn the tank light on, to give their eyes time to adapt, because we don't want to make the light too bright for them. And can one of you name his names?
Captain Bubbles.
Captain Bubbles and Caden? Colby, Ashton, Cameron,
Jack Duddy.
Brody.
I am in fourth grade with Miss Harville, and so grateful to be with you today. And we're taking a tour of the school, and now we've made it to fourth grade. And Miss Harville, how long have you been with us?
This will be my 4th year here at RCA.
Awesome. And what have we been doing in fourth grade this year?
A lot, but I think right now y'all are in here, we're going to do the books of the Old Testament.
Sounds good. Can't wait to hear y'all.
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations,
I am in 5th grade with all of these wonderful 5th graders and with Miss Kaylee. And Miss Kaylee, how long have you been with Riverside?
This is my 2nd year at Riverside.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
And what are we doing today?
Today we are making presentations to persuade me to buy something from them
Nice.
or to go someplace with them.
Awesome. One of the great things about Riverside Christian Academy is that we are one-to-one with our computers, and it looks like we're working on computers as early as elementary school. So let's see what our kids are working on.
My grandmother has a cabin in Gatlinburg called Grandma's Bears, and it's really fun. There's a hot tub, a bunch of movie room. There's a movie room and game room, and 4 or 5 bedrooms.
I am standing with Miss Celeste in 8th grade science, and we're so happy to be with you. How long have you been with Riverside?
I started teaching here in 2008.
2008. And what are we doing today?
We have been doing a unit of weather study, and we are studying air pressure and how air pressure affects weather systems that come our way. And so today we are building a homemade barometer so that we can test the differences in air pressure and make conclusions about what it tells us about our weather.
Very cool. Let's check that out.
Thank you.
I am standing with one of my favorites, Miss Susan Hampton. And Miss Susan, what do you do for RCA?
Well, this is my 5th year at RCA teaching all the high school sciences, including dual enrollment. And then it's my 3rd year being the principal for the middle and high school.
Awesome. You know, science, the curriculum is important, and science knowledge and instruction, and you do that for us. You know, on average, RCA has scored above on the national and state averages for ACT, and I know part of our science curriculum is a part of that. But one of the great new things that we're doing here at RCA is offering more college credit here through Riverside and through Freed-Hardeman. And so, what do you think about our new dual enrollment program?
Well, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for our students. They can earn up to 32 hours if they live in Tennessee, free. If they live in Alabama, it's very reduced. So they're actually can be going to college as a sophomore, which is a great savings to their families. It's also very important to our rigor and our ACT scores because they're getting college level work. Some of the classes are taught on the ground. I teach biology 1 and 2 here as an adjunct for Freed-Hardeman, and Dr. George will be teaching psychology in the spring.
That's awesome. Yeah, to be able to knock out your freshman year of college, potentially while you're in high school, at a private Christian education, in a private Christian school, I mean, that's a $20,000, $25,000 value for our families here.
Very much so.
So we appreciate all your hard work. And is it okay if we can sneak in and see what you do in your class today?
Sure, that'd be fine.
All righty. Hey there, I am standing with sophomore Livia Ragland and with her pet gecko. What's your gecko's name?
Grandpa.
Grandpa. He looks like a grandpa. Well, what can you tell me about your gecko?
He's a leopard gecko, and he stays in Miss Hampton's room.
Okay. Do you feed him?
Yes, he has worms over there that we feed him, so.
Oh, yummy.
Yes.
All right. I am with Mr. Tom Dill. He's one of our newest and most popular teachers here at Riverside Christian Academy. And so Tom has been working really, really hard on our art program. And we have some new things that we're going to be introducing. So Tom, what are some of those things?
Sure. We're trying to build up a new ceramics program. I've got a little bit of a history with that. We've gotten a kiln over the summer. We're trying to get that hooked up pretty soon. And then we just got a pottery wheel last week. And once we get that program going, get some more wheels in the building, then we'll start offering ceramics classes both to the students and to the community.
Awesome. And Tom is the king of the clubs here at school. And so, Tom, tell us a little bit about some of the clubs that we've got going on with you.
So I never really did many athletics or participated in many athletics in school, and I want to give some students a chance to kind of do things I did. So we've got an art club that's more of our middle and high school students. They help out with the community, do projects for the school, and sometimes get to do stuff that the other art students don't get to do. Then we also have a chess club that's new this year. It's kindergarten through high school, and we have a puppet club that is kindergarten through high school, and a Lego club, which is split up between our elementary and kind of lower elementary and upper elementary. With middle and high kind of join in whenever they can. But really all those clubs is really a chance for our older kids to really help out the younger ones and kind of guide them, not just myself do all the teaching.
And what about Puppet Club?
Puppet Club is, it's going well. It's kind of winging it a little bit because it's new, but they're enjoying it. A lot of the kids are more quiet, and you wouldn't kind of expect are really having fun with that and kind of coming out of the shell a little bit.
Well, we appreciate all you do, Tom.